So, Dawn, you ready?
I am.
I'm putting it in your hand now.
Uh-oh, no. Hey, thank you, Maureen. Thank you so much. Hello and good evening, everyone. And happy Black History Month. Woo, woo, woo. Even though y'all know we make Black history every day, right? Right? Can I get an amen? Uh, that's right. It's history every day. Um, but once again, I am always honored when asked to be able to, do something and share my gift with the world, with you all. It really is an honor for me to be able to do that. God gives us gifts, and we should not keep them to ourselves. We should share them. So I love to share. This is what I do. For those who may not have been on last week, my name is Dawn Tallman. I'm known as the Queen of Gospel Energy. So today, you guys, we're just going to be talking about presentation. But before I start that, I do have an announcement to make, which is very cool. Since we are talking about virtual recordings, at the end of this recording, we are all going to be in a virtual recording together. Woo, 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 woo. So don't get nervous. Don't get scared right now. I'm just letting you know now. This is not going to happen until, so we have a lesson this week and next week, and then we're going to talk about what you need to do for the fourth class. And we need to have all your submissions. We're going to tell you the song. It's going to be really easy. And hopefully what you've learned from me, you will take and use it in this video. So we're going to talk about all of that next week. But today, I want to talk about presentation. And so presentation is very important when you're doing virtual recording. It's not just about the lighting and different things like that. All of that is important, but it's definitely what you're wearing. It's your body language, your posture. If you're feeling like afraid, people are going to will be able to tell, oh, she looks scared or they look scared, so we're going to kind of touch on all those things. Number one, for sure, stage, I always say stage presence, but that's really what it is. If you're in front of your camera, you got to look ready. You got to look prepared. You have to make sure that you have the correct lighting. So you can't be in a room where you got a dim light and they can't hardly see you in the light. You have to be somewhere where the lighting is correct and they can see your face. You what else? I'm sorry, my mind just went somewhere else. Because I was thinking about when I first started. Matter of fact, when I first started, it was crazy. I was like, in my room somewhere in the clothes, they could see the clothes behind me. So, that's a big no-no. That is a big no-no. When you're doing these recordings, you have to be in a clear space. I mean, you can't see now because I have my virtual myself background, but I am literally behind a, just like a white wall, because when you do the white wall, it just makes everything else look very clean. Also, Maureen, you want to let's show them the video and so I did a virtual recording with some of my friends from London who are called the House Gospel Choir. And so when I show you this recording, although it kind of went viral and everyone loved it, I saw a few things in the video personally for myself that I probably could have done differently, or probably maybe wore something differently or something, but that's just for me, and I'll show you. So I don't know if you got that pulled up yet.
I'm ready.
Okay, so, and this was a virtual recording here. So you'll see the stage presence and everything. Y'all ready to go to church? Hey! I hope you guys enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Now with that video, that was actually a second take because the first time I did it, I had on some different kind of jewelry, and I was in like a different room, and the lighting was off, and the jewelry that I was wearing, they could hear it. It was like clinking, 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 and so I did all of that and had to redo it over. So when you're doing something like that, or even something, it might not be as big as what you just saw, but when you're doing like any kind of virtual recording and other people are involved, or even if it's just you, you really have to be mindful of what you're wearing. Certain earrings and certain necklaces or bracelets, you may want to feel cute and look cute, but for a recording, you cannot wear that because everything picks up from just this little microphone that even I'm wearing in my ears today. And I have on earrings that are, even though they're dangly, but if I had on some, I don't know if you can hear that. Now, if I was singing and doing all like this, you hear that? You would hear all of that. And if I sent that to Maureen, guess what? Maureen is gonna call me and be like, yeah, I can't use that. Either you're gonna have to do it over or whatever. Um, so one, y'all can take this down. Be mindful of big chunky jewelry, big chunky earrings, lighting. Your lighting has to be correct. You have to stand in a space where you have unless the person specifically says to you, hey, I need you to stand behind a white wall, then you stand behind that white wall. And then, matter of fact, let me just show you real quick. Let me see if I can go back to and take it off. Y'all see that? This is what is very clean and it looks good. And if I stand up, you can even see. Now, if that would have been wrong, if I would have did a video and then all of that would have been in it. It needs to be clean. See, even that's wrong. Say hi to me, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. The background needs to be just clean, just like this. And also, if you are doing a virtual recording, I have the camera going straight up this way. It actually needs to be turned landscape. Hold on. Let me fix my oh no, it's not there. Okay. Either or this way. I don't know why the camera's not doing that, but I'm not sure why it's doing that, but sorry guys. It's supposed to be okay, there it is. Can you see the difference with the camera is landscape? Even though that's not supposed to be in there, guys, but it should be a clean background and it should be straight across, because what happens is a lot of times when people do virtual recordings, if you have the camera straight up, it can't be full. The screen will not be full because you had the camera going up and down. So there's going to be black spaces on each side, and you don't want that. So you always want to have your camera turned a certain way. Now, Maureen, can you show them that one, just a little bit of how I did a virtual recording for TV1 a while back, and someone was recording it. You don't have to like show the whole video, but I don't know if you still have that video when I was sitting down and I had my little setup with the camera.
Okay. Give me time to pull it up.
Okay, no problem. If you could find it.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I was at home. I don't know if you.
Right, I remember.
I sent you that. Okay. Right. So, basically, excuse me. For this lesson, we are just basically talking about presentation. So I really want you guys to just also, you got to be mindful of what you wear. And that's not even jewelry. I'm talking about, especially us ladies who may be a little busty or whatever. We have to be careful what we wear because it is virtual, but it's still, certain parts you don't want to show. So it really is all about presentation. Make sure you don't. Now, if y'all remember last week, I had a hat on And although my hat was cute, it hid my face. So it made a shadow over my eyes because I had the hat so low. So you have to be mindful of wearing hats. If you're going to wear a hat, make sure the hat is, like maybe pulled back a little bit, or you have a certain kind of lighting. And what I do, honestly, before I even do the recording, I find a few spaces in the house, and I practice with the camera, with the lighting, to see which lighting or which room or wall is the best. And I guess it really depends on what you're doing as far as virtual. If you're going to be with other people, if you're with other people, then that's different. But if you're just um, recording alone, make sure you find a nice space that you can. Let me see. Let me show you.
Okay, I have it ready for you.
Okay. Now you see, guys, look, if I wanted to just zoom in, this is very good lighting. Um, and you can see it's showing my whole face.
Want me to show
I
it?
have, yeah, you can show them. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they can hear me talking, right?
Yeah.
So as you can see in this camera, even though I was sitting, they didn't know I was sitting. I was sitting down, but they didn't know I was sitting down. But I had extra lighting. I had, you guys may not have like a mic stand that has like a phone holder. But what you can do is get you some books. Like because I've done a few recordings where I had to sit. And what you need to do is, get some books or get something that's at eye level if you're recording by yourself. And make sure that the camera is at eye level to you. And that's so in this video, the camera was literally right. You could see like from my chest up in the camera, and it looked amazing. They didn't even know I was sitting down. So you have to make sure. Yeah. Now for this particular recording, they asked me to have my phone that way. It's straight up because it was a live virtual actually. But had this been a recording, I would have had to turn the phone sideways. So that's just a little example of what you can do if you like, especially if I have any like more professional singers in here. You can use this kind of stuff to do your virtual recording as well if you're recording yourself. And especially if you're doing music that you can play like outside, because there are some virtual recordings where you can actually play your track and record that way. When you're doing it that way, you can do it just like this. But when you're actually doing a virtual recording like what I did with that choir, that's a totally different thing. So we're gonna definitely touch on that next week. Next week we're gonna be talking about vocal health, and I'm really gonna get into vocals with you guys. So um yeah, you can stop that. I just wanted them to see. Do you guys have any questions or anything right now? If you do, Maureen, I guess some people can put some in the chat,
Right.
and we can answer them. I hope what I'm saying is helpful. I hope I don't sound like I'm rambling. Look, sometimes I don't like to hear myself talk, but I hope it was pretty helpful of what I'm saying about presentation and just about how you need to look and even how you need to feel. Let's see what type of. Okay, I'm looking at that. Let me check it out.
I can read it to you.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Is it better to stand or sit when recording?
Okay. So that actually depends on uh what it is you're doing. For me, I'll just be honest. For me, because I am a professional, I can sing sitting down and it doesn't bother me. but it would be better for you to stand, because when you're standing, you're properly standing up and you're properly projecting your notes. Ah, if you sit, it's gonna kind of you won't be able to push as you would if you were standing up. And I don't know if you can see that, if y'all can tell that I'm sitting down versus standing up, and it looks a little better that way.
Right. Should everyone have the same color background, or is it as long as you have a solid background?
I think it's as long as you have a solid background, that really helps. But you have to make sure that with the background, your lighting is good. Because if you have a dark background and your lighting is not good, it's just going to wash you out. You know what I mean? You can't have like a black background and then you have a dull light. So you have to make sure, if you're recording yourself, or that, if you have a second person recording you, you have to make sure that either they have the flash on or that the lighting is good. So you may have to do like a few um test runs, like, because that's what I do with my son. So for this particular recording that Maureen just showed you, um I couldn't do that myself because I had to have two devices. So when you're doing a recording and you have like what you just saw,
Mhm.
I had to have two devices. So I had to have one device, and I had to play the music in my phone and listen to it in my headphones. And my son had to record me with his video, with his phone actually.
Here's another
So
question. I'm sorry. Here's another.
mhm.
What if you need additional lining? Can you put it in front of you?
Yeah, you can. Again, those are things that you gotta, before you're recording, you gotta see what works, because that's what I do. I'll, like, if I have you know if I don't have like my sound person or the light person that comes, then I gotta play with the lights that I have here. Like, you could try it with the lamp off, you know what I mean, with the lamp top off, with it on. You really have to just play with your room, because all of our houses are different. So, I don't really know what the lighting is like in your house, but you can have it in front of you. You just have to make sure, if it is, that you don't have like shadows behind you. That's another thing. Um, I'm sure Maureen could tell you that there's a lot, it's when you send in videos to people and it's not correct, they have to do a lot of work or they can't use it. So it's like you kind of wasted your time and theirs, because you didn't have the proper lighting, or now you got this shadow behind you, or you don't have or the jewelry is clinking, or just your whole presentation just wasn't up to par. So just
Mhm.
be mindful of jewelry, be mindful, ladies, especially our ladies, of what we wear with our little cleavage and different things like that. We have to be uh, fit, because this is for church. And I know everybody, now, if you're doing other than church, and, then that's all you. That's all you, what you wear. But if it's for church, and even if it's not for church, we always have to be presentable. We're young ladies and men, so we always want to look very presentable.
Someone
Um,
also said doing about using a ring light, which is a good idea.
oh yes,
The ring light
listen.
is the best.
Ooh, the
I,
ring light
um,
is my best friend.
ring light is the best. But I found that even with ring light, sometimes if you can just illuminate the whole room, it
Yeah, I
removes
was.
all shadows. You'd be surprised where I still find a shadow when I'm
Yeah,
producing.
yeah, because it's hard. You have to really figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It really is and that's something that I can't really tell you, because you have to practice. You know what I'm saying? In your house, you have to kind of know where your spot is, whether it's in your living room, like where you saw that video at, I have plaques on my wall. So I would stand there where my plaques are. And now the lighting in there is kind of dull because it's my living room. So I have to get extra when I perform there, the lighting is not so great. So I have to add additional lighting. Bless you. That's all right. I have to add additional lighting, and then we have to look behind this, make sure there's no shadows behind there or nothing is glaring because the flash is on and I'm like have, pictures behind me. So you have to be mindful. You can't have no pictures behind you because if somebody is recording you and the flash is on, you're gonna get the glare. So you don't want that. So extra lighting is great. Again, you just gotta play around with your rooms, whatever room you're in, and play around with the lighting and just kind of see. Get someone in the house or a friend or somebody to kind of do it for you. Like I said, in these kind of recordings and the recording that we're going to be doing, you're gonna need two devices. So y'all get ready. You're definitely gonna need two devices. You're gonna need one device with the headphones and the song, and then you're gonna need someone to actually record you. Or if you fancy, you can do it yourself. Or you know what I mean? You got to get a camera and prop it up, but it would be easier if you had someone else to record you. So we're going to be talking about that more next week. I hope you guys are getting excited. We're going to send you the song so you can start practicing, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to take everything that you basically learned from here and use it and try it with this song. I'm excited. I can't wait to see all of you guys' video, and it's going to be really fun. So I hope you got something out of today. If there's any more questions, please you can ask
I have
for
to
sure.
show some. I have to show them what the what is it that somebody needs the ring light. Real quick, I'll show you what a ring light is.
No, please show them that. Yeah.
If you can see, this one costs $30, but this is at Amazon. But of course, you can get it for much cheaper. Mm-hmm.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And
Mm-hmm.
you can use those for anything. Taking pictures if you like doing it, like you said, doing a video. But if you're gonna use that ring light, for the most part, that ring light would be used really for when you're doing the recording. Like, because it would be on your phone or on the stand, and your phone would be in the middle, and you'd be recording yourself. So you can actually do that, and then you can have another device where you're listening to the music in your headphones. But if you have a computer or an iPad or another phone, you can set up the ring light, set up whatever device you're going to use to record, and go for it. Make sure you smiling in that camera. Make sure you at eye level with that camera, or from the check. Most of the time when you're doing horizontal with the or landscape is the proper term for, it's usually like from the chest up, especially if you're singing like with other singers, because they're gonna have those boxes. Now the choir that I sung with, they were a little more freer, so it wasn't so proper, should I say, as far as their background. Like they wasn't all just standing in a white background or whatever, but they were still all, if you saw, they were all still like in their boxes.
Right,
So,
because somebody asked, is it okay to move around, especially
oh
up
yes.
tempo song, or should we be closer to being still?
No, 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 no. If we're doing matter of fact, I'll stand up and if we're doing because I think we're gonna do every praise, right? So let me just give you an example. If we're gonna do every praise, we don't want you to be like, every praise is to we don't want you to we don't want you to be like a robot. We want you to Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Like, give me some movements, just as long as your headphones are not clinging up against something. And you gotta, watch your mic control, because some of you may have bigger voices than others. So if you go to turn your head and go, God, I don't know if y'all hear that, that's very loud. And you can cause a distortion. So you have to be mindful, still keep it here, but you can move around and move as long as you're in that frame, like of the white wall. I know you see in y'all excuse that, but as long as you're in the frame here and you're moving around, you can move and do whatever it is that you need to do. As long as it presents itself well. Like, we know we have to do things in decency and order. And if a song calls for you to even be still, even if it's down tempo, you could still present. Like, let me see. What song could I? If we was doing total praise, and I was, even if I was doing a recording and I was sitting, I wouldn't be like, you are the source of my strength. I'm gonna be like, you are the source of my strength. And you are the strength of my life. Like, I'm going to smile, I'm going to open my mouth. I lift my hands in total praise to you. Like, you still got to give the face, you still got to give a presentation. Even if you're feeling nervous, smile through it. We don't want to see the jitters. I'm sure Maureen has probably saw some videos with people looking like deer in headlights because they're scared. But you can't be scared. It's just you and the camera. So you just got to present well. Just make sure your body language and you're moving according to whatever that song may be. Listen, this is because we're still in church, even though it's virtual. I was just telling my praise team, I said, yes, we are doing virtual recordings, but we are still in service. So we have to sing and act accordingly. Like, we're still worshiping God. So you don't want to stifle your praise because a camera is in front of you. Full out, go on and do full worship. If this is, you know what I mean? You still got to be mindful that a camera is there. But we're in a new age now, and a lot of the older saints, younger saints, they're not used to watching church and stuff on TV. This is new for all of us. Now you got to sit in front of a computer, or you have to sit in front of a phone or a TV and watch, and you now got to watch your church service on YouTube. When I do that, when I watch someone on YouTube, I want the full experience. Like, I want to be able to feel the anointing through my TV or through my phone. So just keep that in mind. Don't start, especially if it's for worship or for worship or something. You gotta just keep that, just keep the anointing flowing. Like, just be mindful that, you know what, I still gotta give God praise, even though this is a video. I still gotta worship. I still gotta lift my hands. You almost gotta be a little extra because it is TV. So maybe in the praise team, you might have just kind of rocked back and forth. But because now we're on camera, you got to move a little bit, and you maybe want to point to the camera because, if I say, God bless you, you're going to be like, oh, she was talking to me, versus God bless you. Hey, God bless you. If I'm like, God bless you, God bless you. God, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad. Are you glad this month? Like, you have to go there with it. So that's all. That's another way of presenting. When I record, I'm full out because I don't look at it as a taping. If I'm going before the Lord, I'm going before the Lord, whether a camera is in front of me or not. So you want to give the people the same experience that you would give them if they were in church, or if you guys were in church in the congregation. So don't feel weird because at first it does feel weird. You will feel a little weird, like, I got this camera recording me. There ain't nobody around me. You know, it's just me. But if you envision yourself in the pulpit or with your praise team, and you have to just act like you got your team members right next to you, because in the box they are going to be next to you.
Are there appropriate colors to wear when recording?
Good question. Again, it depends on who wants you to like. So, oh my God, sorry. Okay, I don't know why my phone did that. So for example, when I sing with my praise team, we have to wear black. But when we wear the black, we have to be in a light background because we have on black. So black is cool. The only color I think that might kind of be weird is and that's even for television, is wearing white. White can be kind of glary sometimes. I mean, you know, if you have on white, make sure you layer it with something, maybe like a necklace or something. But I don't think too. I don't know if you want to go like too bright. It depends. Like I said, it really depends on what the virtual is for. I don't know if you saw in the video that I had on. I had on. I did have on the black and red, but to pop it out, I wore those pearls to give it like a pop so that it wouldn't look so dark. And if you are wearing black, you can do like a pop of a necklace, something, you know, something that won't wash you out. And ladies, you could probably do a lipstick or something, or, you know, if you wear makeup, do something that'll just, you definitely want to pop out somewhere. So whether it's in your makeup or in your accessories or something like that. But the only color I could say that's probably really not, that wouldn't translate well, depending on your background, is probably like wearing all white or something like that. If you're having a white top, that may be cool, just with a certain kind of necklace or something to just kind of bring the white down. So
Somebody asked what software to use
oh,
when you record. Now that's for me.
that's for Maureen. I'm just a singing lady.
What software to use when you record? Wow. If you on the iPhone, just use GarageBand, you're good. The free software for everybody, I am going to type it right here. You know, I love this software, Audacity. It's free. And I'm making sure everybody sees this. Audacity, everybody, I don't care if you have a phone, a Mac, a PC, laptop, whatever you have, you want to use Audacity to record your vocals. The vocals is so important. If your video is beautiful and your vocals is terrible, you're through. So what a lot of people do, and a lot of what our producers do, after you finish the video, they will ask you to re-record vocals too. And that's tough. That's tough because you want your vocals to match the video. But that's Audacity, that's for vocals. For the Mac and for the iPhone, you use iMovie. It should be 2 words. iMovie. Okay. I'm giving you all this free stuff. I'm trying to help you not to pay for anything. Okay. But the truth of the matter is, this is going to blow your mind. Zoom is a good means of recording yourself.
It is. Yes.
Go on Zoom and record your audio and your video. And what I like about the audio part is somehow they be cleaning out the background. I don't know how they did that.
Well, it's because there's an if you're using a computer, there's there's something there by the microphone. I don't have my computer, but uh, when I'm in rehearsal, they were telling them that there's something on the computer that next to it that you press audio, and then there's something that you press,
You
and it cancels out the noise. Right.
right, right. I found out it really. Oh,
It
which one?
does.
iMovie Audacity. iMovie is for video. Audacity is for audio. Zoom is for audio and video. But remember, iMovie is for the Mac people. The Mac people use iMovie for
Yeah.
phone and for your tablets, iPad, or for the Mac itself. For the iPhone, they use iMovie. Okay.
So I know this part could be a little bit intimidating because when I first started doing stuff like that, it was really intimidating to me as well. But for most recordings, like Maureen is going into like when you're doing vocals, but for the recording that I'm talking about, like what you just saw, what you saw, I didn't have to go in and do any vocals. My son just basically recorded me from his iPhone, and they just took the vocals from that video. Again, you need two devices. This is if you're going to do like what we're about to do, you're going to need your phone or someone or a laptop or something for you to play the music in your ears so you could sing along with the music like what I did in the beginning. And then you're gonna have to get someone,
Mhm.
or you stand your computer up, I mean your phone up, excuse me, and you record yourself. So with that, you don't need the garage band for that. That's only for if you're doing like overdubs and vocals. If you're going to start getting into doing those kind of things, then that's where that software, the garage band and the iMovies and all that stuff, that's where that comes into play. But what you saw, what I did and what I normally do is just me just listening to the music in my ear, and they're hearing, I'm singing it all the way through. Now I can hear the music in my ears, but when they get the video, they can't hear anything. They just hear me singing from top to bottom all the way through a cappella. And they take those vocals and then they do what they need to do. Like I didn't have to do any of that. They go ahead and mix everything in, and with the other people, and do all that kind of stuff. But if you are more professional and people are asking you to come and do like we need you to do some vocal, like that, like the video that you saw, those people, they sang that, but they also went back in and they did vocal overdubs, which means they took the garage band and they virtually sung all those parts, in like in a studio session, and sent the parts back like that. So that part, that might be a little confusing for you guys right now. So we don't want to overwhelm you. But the question was asked. So if you do have a iPhone and you have GarageBand, you could play around with it and see. There's videos on YouTube and different things where you can go and check it out. And yeah. Yeah. Listen, that is it. It is up. I hope you guys got something from today. Today was really just more so about just a talk that we was gonna have, just basically talking about presentation and the do's and the don'ts of how to present yourself. Next week we are getting into vocals, y'all. So get ready. We're gonna be talking about vocal health. I'm gonna be giving y'all some warm-ups and different things to do with your voice before, like some early morning vocal workouts, some workouts you can do before you record. We're gonna talk about vocal health, keeping your body, your mind, and your spirit all good, because like I was telling Maureen, you have to be good in the inside in order to present the outside. So if your insides are not good, your outsides won't be good as well. So it does start within. So we're going to be talking about all of that next week. So get ready. to take some notes. We're gonna have some. I'm definitely gonna have some stuff up to show you different things you can uh, drink, different teas, and just different things you can do to help preserve your vocal cords. Show you the do's and the don'ts of how to sing. Show you how to sing with the microphone in your ear. So we're gonna really be getting into all of that next week. Um, so y'all get ready. And once again, I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed our talk today and hope you got something out of it. And again, we'll be doing a full presentation with all of us in a video. So y'all get ready. I'm just letting y'all know now. Matter of fact, if you know the song Every Praise, because I think that's such an easy song. We all know it and it's a nice song. Start listening to it on YouTube. If you're a soprano, you know your part. If you're an alto, you know your part. Tenor, if you know your part, then we'll put all those three parts together and we're gonna work on it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it, out of the talk today, because we're gonna be using the things that I've said. We're gonna be using that for this video. So y'all get ready. We're gonna have some fun, okay? Next week we're really getting into some vocal stuff because I know that's what y'all been waiting for. So next week is the week. So get them vocals ready.